Okay, we all know the front fascia of this car. The strong Skoda grille, the L-shaped DRLs, the dipper, the main headlight. One point I want to say is that this car will age very beautifully, unlike some of its Korean counterparts, which might change the design language very soon. In fact, and then your older car might look much older. Okay, let's talk about one of the strongest points of this car, the engine. It's a 1.5 turbocharged engine with a DSG gearbox, which is a beautiful complement to it. It has 147 bhp power and 250 Newton meters of torque at a rev band of 1800 to 3500 revolutions. Okay, let's see the engine. Come on. Let's see how neatly it is placed. The cylinder of this engine is plasma coated, which reduces friction and increases mileage. One more strong point, that this particular engine is imported and this is used in all the Audi cars all over the world. Well, for all you long distance travelers, we have one good news. This SUV looks pretty compact, but let me tell you, it has a very decent size of boot space. Let's see. There it is. In fact, it's 385 liters. Doesn't look like it, but it sure is. Yeah, put your bags, you have to put them a little higher and put them in. But that's how it is. But you can at least place, I think, good 3 huge bags and a couple of 2 smaller ones here as well. One more very interesting thing I want to show you. You know what that is? It's actually a base pin. Skoda has put a base pin right between the spare wheel. Amazing user space. And if you want even more space, very easy. You just take out this from the sides, keep it out, throw it back in, more space, throw it back in. I think you could put a small mattress there and maybe take a nap as well. You have a beautiful wireless charger here as well, very convenient. Alright. Okay, let's talk about the interiors of the car. This particular model has a 10-inch screen here, while the new top model Kushaqs have only an 8-inch. They say it's because of a chip shortage for that matter. I don't know how the Korean counterparts still have a 10-inch stereo system and they never talk about chip shortage. Okay, this has a fabulous touch-enabled control on this, which I quite like. People wonder, it takes a little time getting used to it, but you have to actually look down there to change the settings. Knobs are a little better, it's more convenient. This way you need to touch it if you want to increase the temperature, decrease the temperature like that. Yeah, now it's in focus. This is how it changes. It could be a hit and miss sometimes. I don't particularly like it so much because, the knobs are better because you need to look down on this and take your eyes away from the front. Okay, but AC is pretty effective. The wireless charger is right here. The 10-inch system. It has all the necessary, bells and whistles what a top model car should have. I love the steering. In fact, this new design of the Skoda steering is just the 2 spokes. It's beautiful. This texture on the dashboard is lovely. The piano black here needs a lot of cleaning all the time. That's how it is, what to do. But gives you a nice, rich, premium feel. Okay, let's talk about the back space of this car. One small thing that I really like is where I keep my mobile. Not in my pocket, not to weight that screen, but keep it safe right here. The seat in front is marked to my position. I'm 6 feet 2 inches tall and I'm sitting back. There's enough knee room for that matter. Decent amount of thigh support. I could have preferred 1 inch more, would have been better. I like the fact that they've actually scooped it back in for the height. Otherwise I would have almost always scratched my head on top. And in fact, For all the Punjabis who live in Punjab, if you're a little shorter, you can manage a turban inside this, I guess. If not, please buy Fortuner. One more good thing that the Skoda has right now, which is actually a benchmark in all the compact SUVs, are these two AC vents at the back. Finally, the people at the back get their due with these AC vents. We have two Type C sockets right here. These seats where I'm sitting right now are not ventilated, but thankfully I drive very often. So the front seats are ventilated and they're really comfortable in that hot summer Delhi weather. That's how it is. We're driving the Skoda Kushaq, which is the latest model out of the Skoda 2.0 India program. It is Skoda's push in the 2.0 India program, where they aggressively want to revamp Skoda India and get India-centric products made for the Indian market in a very high localized content. In fact, this car is, I think, 90+% localized, which is fabulous. I've been driving the other compact SUVs as well, and I must tell you that the handling of the Skoda Kushaq stands out. It completely feels like a German car. Well, I also have a couple of the Korean cousins. Well, they're fantastic inside. They have their own perks, but the Skoda Kushaq's handling, especially the power of this 1.5 engine, is outstanding. Okay, let's explore. This sure is fabulous to just pick up, but it's amazing. It doesn't feel like a compact SUV. It just feels like a much bigger car with a much bigger engine, and it stands out completely out of the smaller compact SUVs. It's just amazing to drive. The pickup's fabulous. Well, let's talk about the turbocharger in this. The turbo lag is very minimalistic here. In fact, you don't really feel that push of a turbocharger. It's very linear, and before you realize that, you're at 100. That's how it is. Well, this is a thoroughly enjoyable drive, I must say. Okay, let's talk about the engine of this car. It's a 1500cc engine, 1498cc to be exact. Has a bhp power of 147.5, and it also has an amazing torque of 250 Nm in a rev band of 1800 to 3600 RPM, which basically means that it is fabulous to just pick up any car on the highway, or it's easy. If you want to actually rev it up and really go fast, that also is done in a jiffy. I'll just show you that right now. Okay, I'm actually at 45. Let's see how it picks up fast. Let's throttle it up. You can see the speedometer going ahead, and I love the revs of the car and the sound of the car as well. It actually feels like you're driving something very, very sporty. Concluding this small video that we're making for you guys, should you consider it? Should you buy it? Well, I think you should consider it, and I would give it around about 3.5 out of 5. The plus points are the drivability, the fantastic engine, the paddle shifters. It just drives beautifully. The minus points are, of course, the plastics in this car, and a couple of other features that can be improved that we spoke about earlier. Well, guys, we wish you all the best for a car buying journey. Enjoy it and have a safe day ahead.